All right, fun for us to welcome back friend of the show and a guy you all know very well, four-time NBA champion, four-time Finals MVP, four-time regular season MVP, and Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James, kind enough to join us. LeBron, good morning, man. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. Always good to join you guys. Happy to be a part of the show once again, and let's have some fun, man. I'm excited about this.
No, we're looking forward to it as well. And obviously, before we get into that fun, LeBron, at the time we're recording this right now, we know in Los Angeles, where you're at here, the site of tremendous tragedy with the fires going on right now. For you guys, we know we talk about all the time, athletes are members of these communities that they play for here. And for you guys, your game against Charlotte postponed. We know, unfortunately, your head coach and J.J. Redick lost his rental home in the fires as well. So how are you and your teammates and the organization doing in the midst of all this?
Yeah, obviously, first of all, like you said, before we even get started, condolences and prayers and everything goes out to the city of Los Angeles, obviously the Pacific Palisades and, Hollywood Hills and all the surrounding areas. For family members that's been lost, obviously a lot of homes have been, lost and burned down. Obviously, you mentioned our head coach, J.J. Redick, a few dear friends of mine as well who lived in the Pacific Palisades. It's something that we haven't ever seen before in this community. And as one of the members of this community, obviously, you just try to continue to uplift, send your prayers out, your best wishes and well wishes to everyone in here. And, we hope we all can just wrap our hands around each other and continue to give each other strength throughout this difficult time. And, see the greater side of it than the not so great. But like I said, my prayers and all my well wishes goes out to the whole city of Los Angeles and all the surrounding areas that's been affected by the fires.
No doubt, and hopefully sports, as it often is in life, can be a place for people to come together and rally, and for you guys, for the Rams that are still playing right now, you guys can be a place where people can come to escape what's going on here. There are never easy transitions back into talking sports, but we'll try and do that here now, as you are in the midst of a season right now, one that certainly had ups and downs for you guys, but we know now at this point, especially looking at your last month or so here, you guys are playing really well, especially offensively here. Do you feel like this team has sort of found an identity here as you guys are about a month out from the trade deadline now?
Yeah, I think so. I think our identity is, one, defensively, we want to, bring physicality to the game, make teams try to do something that they do not like to do. And then offensively, we want to share the ball. We're very good when we're up in the high 20s in assists, and we're in the low teens of turnovers. And when we do that, we're a pretty good team. So, sitting right now at our record, obviously we've let some games get past us. We've also been able to come back in some games that maybe, throughout the course of the third or fourth quarter, we, was looking like it was slipping. But I feel like we have so much more room to improve. We are not the team I believe we're going to be, once February, March hit. But I do like our chances, and we got to continue to just put the work in. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, as we're getting close to the halfway point and you start to look ahead, how much is positioning for playoffs important? Right now, you're in the playoffs and not in the play-in. So what is that compared to making sure bodies are healthy for the playoffs on where you're actually seated?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, you just said it. When it comes to the postseason, if you're not going in with a healthy roster, then you're not giving yourself the best chance to win. So, we definitely want to continue to win games. We're in the Wild Wild West, where it's a lot of great teams, and teams are winning games and accumulating wins every single night, and we want to continue to do that as well. But like you said, if you're winning but you're going into the postseason and you're not healthy, you're not giving yourself a chance to win big. So there's definitely a fine line, and I hope we can be on both sides of the fences where we're winning games and we're healthy.
Certainly, your health always paramount for this team, and what you've been able to do now, just turning 40 and still going out here and posterizing guys that weren't even born when you got in the league here. I'm sure you've seen the tweet from back in the day that said LeBron is 30. Certainly this bleepery won't go on for much longer, thank God. And yet here we are a decade later with you still dominating the league. How have you been able to manage to continue to play at such a high level now at an age where no one's really been able to do this?
I just think about keeping my mind fresh and young. I think having three kids in my household has definitely kept me younger than my age in my sport. Obviously, I'm still a young man in life, but I'm up there in this sport. But you know, having the ability to now work with my son every day and LeBron Jr. and then also have my 17-year-old son. He's a senior in high school, and then my 10-year-old daughter, who's a volleyball player and things of that nature. They bring so much life to the household. Well, Bronny has his own household now, but my other two kids, they're still here, so they give me a lot of life, and then just the joy of just playing the game that I love. I understand that it won't go on that much longer, through my 40s, but just trying to appreciate all the moments that I have while I still have it.
Yeah, you're not empty nesters just yet. You and your wife did a little bit of time before that. I'll try to ask this in a way that's not detrimental. I'm 62. I'm chronologically old. As you said, you're 40. You're not chronologically old, but for the sport, you're old. Do you wake up in the morning after games feeling old at times?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's times for sure. Oh, my goodness. There's times where I will wake up the next day without a game before and be like, oh, my God, what just happened? Did I just beat myself up in my sleep last night? Like, what's going on? And I have to remind myself, like, you're 22 years in your profession and you're 40 years old. So, you're going to have those nicks and bruises even when you didn't even fall asleep with them.
Well, you mentioned some of the things that have kept you young, and you talked about, being in the organization, playing with Bronny now. The last time we talked to you guys were getting ready to go into all of this. You got to share the court with him for that first time already, but what has the experience like now of being teammates with your son been like compared to what you maybe thought it was going to be?
It's been everything and more. I couldn't even imagine, just the opportunity to be able to be there with him on a day-to-day process, through practices, through film sessions, through plane rides, road trips, and things of that nature. Obviously, from time to time, he does go down to the G League and continue to work on his game and play in those games down there from time to time. But, every moment that he's been around it's still surreal. Like, I go into the locker room and, I'll be getting ready. I'm one of the first ones to get there, and then he'll fall in, and I'll just look over there like, oh, wow, yeah, this is real. So it's been everything, man. It's so rewarding for me to just kind of show him the land of escape, the land of what it means to be a professional and how to approach it every day. And, just seeing him working from the outside looking in and now the inside looking in to get to where he is today is pretty cool and very fulfilling.
So now you have your son, Bryce, who committed to Arizona. How difficult was that? Now, you didn't go to college. Everybody knows that. But you have adopted Ohio State as your team, and he was recruited by Ohio State. So how difficult was that, and are you going to buy U of A gear?
I mean, it's always difficult and challenging because everyone believes that, if I had kids, they automatically go into Ohio State. And, obviously, Bronny chose where he wanted to go. He chose where he best fit, at USC. And Bryce did the same thing, and those guys down there at U of A, they recruited Bryce very hard and believed in Bryce and believed in his maturation process and where he's going as far as a basketball player and as a young man. And, he made his own decision. And as parents, myself and Savannah, we just support him, and we're excited for his next chapter once he gets down there. And hopefully I don't have to buy the gear. I have a lot of friends that's U of A alum, and hopefully they can give me some of their stuff.
There you go. Yeah, somehow I imagine if you want it, you're going to come into as much as you want to in this process here. LeBron, congratulations on that front here. Before we let you go, though, I feel like we've got to come full circle on this. Last time, all the things got made about what your son was going to call you in the locker room here. Has he let a dad slip? Is he gone with King or any of the names you suggested? What did Bronny end up calling you now on the court and in the locker room?
No, he has not let a dad slip. He's been calling me Bron and 2-3, and we've been good. So far, off the court, though, it's still dad. So that's pretty cool.
There we go. A perfect balance of work life and home life there in a season that I'm sure has been special for a lot of reasons, but that chief among them here. Always appreciate the time, LeBron. Cannot thank you enough. Best of luck the rest of the way this season. Stay healthy. We're excited to see what the Lakers have in store.
I appreciate you guys always, man. It's always a pleasure coming on with you guys. And, best of luck and continue to do what you guys do. You guys are awesome.